Hello, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're watching it. Right now it's 9:45 in London. I'm TK, and this is Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you, and thank you for being here. I can see quite a few of you tuning in. As always, thank you for comments, likes, engagements, your messages. I think yesterday's video. Um, yeah, quite a few people messaged me about the topic, and I had quite a few great conversations, and hope to have more because there's quite a few virtual coffees scheduled. Today, I wanted to talk about a great article I have found by, no, man, I always forget the names. Daisy Auger-Domínguez. Yes. I linked her profile on the description of the stream. And it caught my eye today. As always, I'm trying to be open to see things as they come, to give me inspiration. And this one is about finding joy in being a leader, even on tough and difficult days. And to be honest, this week has been, full of these days. Today is also, well, let's see, maybe this day will end well, but it's a difficult day nevertheless. You see, if you're working in L&D, or in our case as leadership development coaches, um, it can be difficult sometimes. I remember we've ended a program recently in August, and we had, there was a bit of a party, and one of the leaders said, "Yeah, the this work that you're doing is a bit of a thankless job," and it definitely rang true for me because it can be incredibly difficult. You are helping people with care, but sometimes you will have to push. You will have to ask people to go the extra mile. Some people will not like you for that. It's not always a coaching stance that you can have. That's another topic, I guess. But moreover, I think, whatever the situation is, in every job, especially as a leader, you will have difficult days. If you're a people leader, you're an R&D leader, you work with many people. And, sometimes they will surprise you. So the thing is, like, what if that happened? How do you manage? Because, one would say that you can always disassociate yourself, but as a leader, you don't always have this opportunity. I'm not saying that other people in your organization have, but you became a leader because you feel the responsibility. You feel like, you need to be there, whatever happens. Well, and what if you're a business leader, like, or a business owner? It's even worse, right? Because there's the responsibility you have that's quite obvious for the people that work with you, your employees, members of your organization, whatever type of organization or the thing you're leading. So it can lead straight into burnout, and I've talked about it as a great episode of our podcast, Leading with Agility, about burnout and examples from Jurgen Klopp or the previous CEO of H&M, how it was very difficult for them and how they've burned out. Um, but what our wonderful Daisy has talked about in her article, difficult to remember all the names, is the strategy to help, what she recommends is finding joy in what you do to counteract these, difficult, dreadful days. And I think she's quite right. She provides a couple of great strategies to find joy at work. Some of them I use myself. One thing is if you are in a situation when you really feel like, things are bringing you down as a leader, you might go into not necessarily the imposter syndrome, but, believe that uh, you're not really adding value, you're not great at your job, you're failing. And what she calls, I think, a happy folder on her desktop, which is maybe positive feedback that you had, maybe stories of people that you've helped, um, the good successes and decisions you've made as a business leader that you can show yourself. And in these moments of doubt, you can actually reflect, hey, um, it is difficult, but I am capable of great things and people do appreciate it. Well, maybe in this moment, it's difficult, but, it's always a roller coaster. She also gives other strategies. I think, what is also important is what she talks about is finding joy at work. And I think, we, as a leader, I think it's important to consider the responsibility of choice. Not only choices that you make in your organization, but the choice you made in your life to become a leader. Because I think to be a true leader is to make this choice every day, not ever to forget to reflect if this is what you really want to do, because days will get difficult, right? And in these difficult moments, what I tend to do, and it isn't in Daisy's article, was to think, why am I doing that? She actually has the concept of ikigai, the Japanese connection. Read about their article; it's a great one. But essentially, I think what I tend to do is like, look, what brought me here? Why is it that I'm doing the work I'm doing, and what the reason that I'm the leader that I am? And if that's not a decision that you want to take, if you want to do something else, do it. That's also an act of leadership. If you think that what made you originally go here and the reasons that you accumulated throughout weeks, months, years, decades, if they still ring true, you're holding your values. You're made the right decision, and you can take joy from that, because there are many people in your organization, in life as a whole, that go through life without necessarily thinking what decisions they're making about what they're doing. There are some people that don't have a choice. They're not living the life of privilege to have a choice. And, you do. You probably here on this platform, most of you, I think, are listening to me, had a choice, chose what you do. And if you're still choosing it, I think it can bring you joy that you had this opportunity and you've made it. But it's not only that you can have joy at work. It's a challenge if you are miserable at work and have joy elsewhere. It leads to disengagement and detachment, which are the two things I've talked about yesterday. Thank you, Haran, for helping me maybe clear the difference and not use them at the same time. But it can lead to both of these things. It's important to find the joy in what you do, but also obviously make sure that your energy is also taken from elsewhere, because sometimes, even though you can find joy at work, there are weeks, days, maybe months where it will be difficult, where you need to get your battery recharged and your energy supply from a different socket. Make sure that's there too. Thankfully, I think, for me, it's even talking to you on these streams, on Coach and Rock, seeing your reactions, seeing your messages. This brings me joy. And also, which is great, is a part of my work, which is superb. Hope you will also have situations like that. Read Daisy's article if you have some time, because maybe this will help you find joy at work on these difficult days. Have a nice one. I'm hoping that tomorrow definitely will be Friday for I think most of you, and it will also be a joyful day. See you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.